Alright. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man began, hustle to greatness. Elon's on the phone, he got our wallets a spaceship, but diaries for free. That's if you want to attain it. Spreadsheet can't leak if it ain't coming with payments now. I give the blueprint to build, making the moon a plan. I went from being a lunatic to a lunar land. You day to day it, you make it no matter who the man. My chart is shooting in, tell me if it's cool to land. IEOs, my coins points mushroom like Marios. I might take it to Mars, my portfolio can bring my whole entourage like I'm Arigo. Because the moon in the Lambo, ain't a hater who presume where we can't go. Lambos pulling up in twos like it's tango. Up in the clouds with my crew like I'm Lando. Yeah, just landed on the moon in the Lambo. Taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who die, read the game plan. They can't stand, we fly where they can't land. Lifestyle, so good I gotta write down. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man who die, read the game plan. They can't stand, we fly where they can't land. Lifestyle, I never gotta lie about. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Yeah, I wasn't always a celebrity. Had to do right till I left you a legacy. Blood, sweat, and tears on this trail like a Cherokee. Business had a mission like Apollo and so heavenly. Mercy, Alago, or Galata with the leather seats. How should I roam from my home through the 7 seas? And one day this wasn't built, I'm not Romulus. Grind to you sitting on a bill with no monikers. This for my mama, I turned up with no thermometers. I strain day after night like the Andromeda. I know what time it is, looking in the sky to lift my spirits. And my spirits, I don't whine, I just grind and get. Yeah, trusting the process is essential. Studying the chart should be the object of your mental. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. You keep a couple secrets in the tails of the crypto. Keep a couple secrets in the tails of the crypto. Make the most to get the laser focus like you Diplo. Yeah, trusting the process is essential. Studying my chart should be the object of your mental. Moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. We just landed on the moon in the Lambo, taking pictures with the zoom and the angle. We'll be coming back to you with the samples. Our predictions coming soon with a halo. The moon and the angels. Made man who die, read the game plan. They can't stand, we fly where they can't land. Lifestyle, so good I gotta write down. Trying out, don't make me pull my drive out. Made man.
1 minute. Hey, what's up, guys? Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the comments. Yes, guys, we are back. We are back. It's been a while. It's been a long hiatus, but we are back, right? Market is on fire. I had to come away from crypto winter. We're getting into crypto spring. People are making money. The last 1 month has been incredible. So, I mean, guys, we have so many good things to talk about, right? We have MetaHash. We have Sparkster finally announcing an unlock date. We have IEOs, right? So if you guys want to get into it, smash the like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. All right, so first thing first, shout out to Barry. Barry in the building. Barry's always first. Hey, dude, what's up? See you soon in New York. Shout out to Mr. Johnson. Where's How to Rap Drew? How to Rap Drew is in LA. He's in LA doing his thing. The crypto music album is finished. Right now it's just on the shelf waiting for a better market, right? But the market is getting better, and we're trying to make sure we time it perfectly, right? But the album is done. It's fire. The whole thing's been produced by two-time Grammy-nominated producer from 808 Mafia. This guy's worked with the Migos, Wiz Khalifa, all the big names. So pretty cool stuff. To the moon, absolutely, absolutely to the moon and beyond, especially to all the MetaHash holders, right? It bounced back in the bear market. Hey, what's up, Iceberg? What's up, DJ Dukes from the Boogie Down Bronx? Minvu Nguyen, what's up, Sparkster? MetaHash is on fire. What, Barry? You didn't get into MetaHash? Oh man, that's crazy. Not financial advice. But man, yeah, unfortunately, not everybody got in. This sounds great. Thank you. Thank you guys for the comments on the song. Song is amazing. How to Rap Drake killed it. Deepak, what's up? Sabine, Kevin, Joe Crypto, what's up? Thanks for all the love in the Telegram channel. Issa Haj, 2019 big things. Yes, absolutely. 29 is going to be big for us, guys, because we've been hibernating, but we're still here. We are still around. That's what matters. What's up, Terrell? Herms, what's up? Thanks for all the designs for the Tokenmetrics app, which is almost finished, guys. Almost finished. Right now, we're doing the alpha testing. Target date for the app is still Q2, end of Q2. So probably summertime, probably around June or so, is when the app's going to be coming out. Right now, I'll be launching a alpha test with my private mastermind group. Then once they kind of give me feedback, we go back to the drawing board and make some changes. Then we do a public launch. All right? All right, guys. I think it's time for us to hop into it. Let me see here. It's been a while since I've done this. So just want to make sure you guys can see everything. All right. So done shout outs. So first thing first, right? If you have any questions, guys, go to menti.com, menti.com, and use the code 574716. That's 574716 to send your questions, right? First things first, how is the market doing, Ian? All right. Well, we finally got an ICO that most of us invested in, right? That's now trading on exchanges, right? MetaHash ICO price was 0.039 cents, and it's now trading at 0.062. Let me pull it up here on CoinMarketCap. And people are probably wondering, why am I so happy about this project, right? And I'll tell you guys why. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions, guys. This is going out to both. What the heck is this? This is going out to both. All right. Okay, hold on, guys. Looks like they're telling me to turn off my ad block. Come on, CoinMarketCap. I can't view anything with ads, man. All right, guys. Give me a few seconds here. CoinMarketCap is trying to spell the party here. All right. So first things first, guys. Why do I like MetaHash, right? Why am I trying to shill MetaHash? Well, I mean, first of all, it's making money, okay, in a bear market, right? So ICO price was 0.039 cents. Right now, it's 0.063, right? And so many people were calling this a Russian scam. I mean, to a point, I was so frustrated, so annoyed. But I mean, as I mentioned before, right, for those who follow me on Twitter and Telegram, the best way to kill the critics is with success. And MetaHash is killing all the doubters, right? 24 million market cap, right? It came out, was probably down 40-50% from ICO price, but it bounced back. Right? And it was 5x in BTC, 3 or 4x in Ether, and it's basically 50% in USD. So not bad in this market, not bad, right? When most projects were getting wrecked, it bounced back, right? And I've traveled with a team in Hong Kong, doing amazing things, right? Helping them with biz dev, having meetings with lots of exchanges. Even had a meeting with Justin Sun of Tron, just kind of trying to really help evangelize MetaHash. But the main reason why I like MetaHash is the forging. The forging is so simple. I've never done anything really when it comes to mining or staking besides PundiX. PundiX, where they'll just give you tokens every single month just for holding PundiX, right? But MetaHash, right? Their wallet, Metagate, is so simple to use, so easy to use that everybody's making money. I'm making money. I'm making about $100 a day from just forging on MetaHash. Now, mind you, this is from my investment from the ICO, right? I put in about 35 grand of my own money. Uh, Before I was doing the wallet forging, that wasn't really making much money, but it wasn't really when I switched over to forging. I mean to delegating, right? Delegating where you have somebody else, basically you give them your voting rights. And I did that. I began making $100 a day, and I was like, whoa. I was like, in a bear market, this is not bad. Then I looked into it, and you can make even more money when you have your own nodes, right? So I've done the math. I've gone through. Let me pull it up here on my Telegram here, right? So first thing first, this website. Shout out to DTAX, DETAX, right? The site is called forging.dtax.io. So this is the ROI if you were to delegate 1,000 MetaHash tokens, right? So you're basically getting, based on the current price of MetaHash and the number of servers and nodes and stuff right now, you're basically getting 0.5% a day. In 7 days, that's about 3.5%. In a month, that's almost 15%. Not bad. In 1 year, 365 days, that's over 180% just from delegating. And the beauty in this is that as opposed to other projects out there, even projects I like Loom or Phantasma, when you stake tokens on those platforms, you have to lock it up for like a month or 6 months or whatever. With MetaHash, it's just 24 hours, right? Every single Whenever you want to get out, you can get out. You aren't really bound to that commitment, right? That's the beauty in it. And Loom also launched staking, right? This month, but I think the ROI based on the stuff I was reading online for that is about 20% a year. 20% ROI for staking in a year. When you can make almost that in a month with MetaHash. I mean, so it comes to a point now. I just hired a guy to help me with staking. I mean, with a server, right? So this guy's gonna be running a 5-star node for me, and based on the math that I'm doing, we can make 10 grand a month just from just from MetaHash 5-star nodes, right? To kind of get technical with you guys, right? So right now, there are two ways to basically earn money with MetaHash, right? Delegations and owning an actual node, right? Owning a node is kind of like owning a Bitcoin mine. You basically have a server, and other people delegate their tokens to you, right? The cost of a server is about $600 a month, right? So it's not cheap, but the ROI based on the math is incredible, right? So right now, the average price per token for MetaHash for people who are delegating, 2.43 MetaHash per 1,000 MetaHash. Now, for those who have a server, 2.84 MetaHash per 1,000 MetaHash for 5-star nodes. Having a 5-star node is not simple. It's pretty intense. That's why I just hired somebody to help me with this, right? Because trying to focus on this on a day-to-day basis is too much for me. But anyway, guys, so here's the math, right? So the maximum you can delegate on a server is 10 million MetaHash, right? So assuming you delegate that, right? Let's say you and your investor buddies, whatever, pull together funds to delegate to a server, right? There's servers out there like DTAX, like getmetahash.com, I think, right? So you do that, you'll be getting 2,400 basically MetaHash a day just for delegating. Then the guy who owns the server also gets 28,000, sorry, if they have a 5-star node. That's 52,000 MetaHash tokens a day, right? Times the current price of MetaHash, which is about 6 cents, that's $3,100 a day. For 30 days, that's $94,000 a month. Right now, most people who have a server for MetaHash, they're trying to incentivize people to delegate their tokens to them, right? So they share the rewards with people who delegate to them, right? So on average, people are sharing 90% of the rewards they get, right? So let's say you have a server and you make 94 grand a month, right? Or let's say $3,100 a day. On average, the owner of that server is going to share 90% of those profits with people who delegate to him, right? And they typically keep 10%. So if you keep 10% of 94 grand a month, that's almost 10 grand a month. I mean, so to me, this is just easy money. This is like mining Bitcoin the first few months it came out, right? And the more MetaHash keeps on going up, the more beautiful this becomes, right? But anyway, that's what I've been up to. Okay, guys. Once again, if you have any questions, please send them to go to mentimeter.com and I'll answer them. The code is 574716. Okay, up next, Sparkster. Sparkster. I mean, this is. I have to zoom in for this one, right? First of all, I mean, thank God they finally announced the unlock date, April 30th. For those who didn't hear, right? Mark that on your calendar. Sparkster tokens will be unlocked. Now, people have already received the tokens. They just can't transfer them, right? You basically can't trade them, exchange them, put them on exchange because they've been locked. But Saj and the team, right? They finally announced that they'll be unlocked on April 30th. Now, with the market getting better, I mean, I think this is perfect timing. Perfect timing, right? I mean, despite the length we had to wait for this, I mean, the timing is actually pretty good, right? Now, the only downside is there was a whole bunch of FUD out there, right? You guys heard it, Crypto Arnie, all those guys, right? And for me, initially, I mean, because just like you guys, right? I'm an investor. I mean, our group invested a lot in Sparkster, a lot. So I mean, we have skin in the game, right? I'm not advising Sparkster. Never got paid by Sparkster. Don't believe the FUD, the lies out there. I mean, I'm just an investor, a heavily invested investor, who was also concerned. Now, I have been telling the team to hurry up with the unlock date, right? But it seems like the pressure from this Sparkster lawsuit got them to speed things up along. So I mean that was positive. The downside is it did bring some FUD. I did speak with Saj, not over the phone. I'm not sure why people said I spoke with him over the phone. I spoke with him just over WhatsApp, right? The team does plan to go after Crypto Arnie legally, right? For all the FUD he's been creating. So it seems like Sparkster and Crypto Arnie are going back at it over some stuff, right? But for me, I'm not going to be supporting anything Crypto Arnie is doing just based on that group went totally off the deep end. I mean, I don't think any judge is going to take that group seriously. It basically became a 4chan group, right? People are just talking about assassinations and talking about people's moms and stuff like that. I mean, it wasn't really anything of anybody who was actually doing anything of worthy, right? Of worth. But anyway, I mean, now that a unlock date has been announced, I think let's just kind of hope for the best, right? Market is getting better. I think there's going to be an initial dump with Sparkster, kind of like with MetaHash, right? But I think there's an opportunity for a bounce back in this market. And when I spoke with Shabir, he mentioned that they'll be putting out details in April regarding masternodes and staking, I believe, right? So hopefully that will incentivize people to hold, right? But I mean, what's my plan? I mean, at this point, guys, I'm in it for the long haul. I mean, long haul being a few months to the year. Okay, so I mean, I think there's definitely going to be a shakeout for weekends. So for me, I'm just going to hold on and hope for the best. All right. If you have any questions, guys, send them over Mentimeter and I'll get to them. IEOs. Yes, IEOs are heating up the ICO game. Right? People said ICOs were dead. Then IEOs from Binance, then OKX, then Bittrex, Probit, even KuCoin is getting in on the game. Every exchange now is launching an IEO. And for those who follow me on Twitter and Telegram, I mentioned that this, I'm kind of conflicted about this. It's both good and bad. It's good because exchanges now have the responsibility of filtering out the scams, the bad ICOs for their community, right? And it's better for us because now tokens will become tradable typically within days to a week, right? So no more asking when exchange, right? If something is doing an IE on Binance, you know it's going to be trading on Binance in a few days, right? So I think that's good for the community. But it's bad for the community because, on the other hand, because now people are investing in the private sales of this of these IEOs, right? So some of these IEOs have been raising funds for over a year, right? Like Fetch.ai. I mean, I recall doing a review on them last year, right? I'm surprised they're still raising money, right? Then they go on to Binance, do an IEO, and they pump to the moon. well, 5x I think, right? For a bear market, that's basically the moon, right? And it's all good and stuff, but people in the private sale are basically getting the discounts. I mean, I guess you can't really complain, right? If they invested a year ago, I guess they should have that incentive. But I feel like this is getting more towards Wall Street, more towards the IPO game, initial public offerings, where venture capitalists, private equity funds invest into a company like Facebook or what have you before the IPO. Then retail investors buy it on exchanges. Now that's where the game is going, and not everybody can participate. But I mean, if retail investors are happy because tokens are liquid a lot faster, I think then that gives them more power. But this does make the whole space not so much about investing, but about playing the pump, right? About playing that IEO pump, which is similar to the IPO pump, right? Most stocks, when they list the first time, the first few days to a week on exchanges, they pump, but then some end up crashing, right? Like Dropbox had an IPO recently that I did and didn't do so well. But will this be sustainable? Surprisingly, I think yes, right? Some people are saying this is just a fad, it's gonna die out, but I don't think this is gonna die out. If you look at it, right, this is basically the same model on Wall Street, and Wall Street has the same exact model. IPOs, right? They even have IPO calendars where people just find what IPOs are going to happen each week. And if you look at it, even to this day, they still have IPO pumps where stocks open up the first day or two, they go like 20%, 40%, even 100% in the first day or the first week. But then they typically fizzle out. Then from there, it becomes more of a long-term investment, right? But that same initial pump is still working to this day on Wall Street. So if it's working on Wall Street, I don't see why it's going to die out for IEOs on exchanges for cryptocurrency, right? Unless something drastic happens, right? But I feel like you'll have so many short-term traders that will play that hype, right? That are trying to ride that train. So I don't think it's going to die out anytime soon. Okay, all right. Let's see what's next here. All right, so we're gonna get to the AMA, but before we do, if anybody wants to join my Telegram group, just go to ianbalina.com/mastermind. That's ianbalina.com/mastermind, right? And if you want to join my private mastermind, just email my assistant Ryan at ianbalina.com. All right, guys. All right, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because I'll be trying to make a lot more videos, guys. I know it's hard. I've been traveling. I was in Hong Kong for Token 2049, which was a great event. But now that I'll be home a lot more, hopefully we can do a lot more AMAs. Okay. First question, when am I having a Miami meetup? Well, not for a while. I did have a Miami meetup during BTC Miami. Some people came to that, right? We had about, I guess, 20, 30 people to that, right? Definitely a bear market. But it was just more of a happy hour drinks, catching up with people, talking with people. But I've left Miami. I mean, so that was definitely a short trip. I told people I was moving down to Miami. I was down there just trying to escape the winter from DC, basically doing a pilot test on Miami, kind of like a prototype. And I was there for about 3 months, right? It was nice. That was basically my base as I was traveling to other parts of the world, like Davos, Switzerland, and Hong Kong, and stuff, and New York. But now I'm back in DC for the next 3 weeks or so, just here with family. Then I'm going to Paris Blockchain Week in mid-April, right? So if you guys want to go to that, definitely make sure you let me know because I will be there. I'll be in Paris, mon ami. Let me see. Actually, I have a discount code for people in my community. Let me see if I can give you guys this. Okay, just give me a second here. All right, so just go to blockchainweekparis.com. Use the code Balina, my last name, Balina, and get 10% off that conference. I'll be there. I'll be speaking or doing some kind of panel there I'll be there for probably 2 or 3 days. I won't be there the whole week. But yeah, so that's the next meetup I'll be doing, right? Now, I've kind of been slowing down on the crypto world tour just because I did 35 countries in 12 months last year, right? And I did every continent besides like Antarctica, basically. And it gets hectic, right? And it's also tougher for me to do these live streams when I'm traveling and I have to deal with Wi-Fi connections all over the world and time zone differences and jet lag. So I kind of want to slow down and have a base so I can be more consistent. But next meetup I'll be having won't be in Miami, unfortunately. It'll be in Blockchain Week. So if you're going there in Paris, hit me up. Uh, After that, I'm not sure. I'm probably gonna lay low for a bit. Maybe I may do consensus. I may do that. I've never done it before, but I may do that. And yeah. Okay, let me just show you guys the site. Right, so this is it. blockchainweekparis.com from April 13th to the 19th, 2019. I'll be speaking here. I'm not sure which event yet, but I'll be there. Right, so sign up there. Use the code Balina to get 10% off. Okay, let's go to the next question. What do you think about the recent mass offering OTCs on Hashgraph, and long term, do you think it will be big? Do I think Hashgraph will be big? I passed on Hashgraph. I thought they were raising way too much money, but they do have a lot of funding. But I mean, recently that hasn't really showed us anything, right? I mean, RSK has been a flop. I mean, I've lost money on RSK. I'm pissed off I got into RSK really because I got in last minute trying to play it perfectly with the price of BTC, and that's basically been a dud. The team sucks at marketing basically. Now Hashgraph, you have a bunch of money too, but I mean they have some big equity investors in Hashgraph, so I wouldn't really cast them aside so quickly. Now your question is the recent mass offerings OTC. I mean, if people are selling at OTC, I mean, I wouldn't buy it. I mean, that's a bad sign because same thing happened with RSK OTC. People were selling RSK RIF tokens, RIF tokens everywhere, and some people even got scammed, right? Because some people never got their RIF tokens, right? I know some of our people in our network investor groups never got their tokens, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm not really a proponent of OTC. I've only done OTC once ever in my life, and that was RSK, and I got wrecked. So, any OTC deal? Because right now, you have to understand, guys, there's always a way to make money, even in a bear market. And the way all these, because right now, we don't have any new people coming into crypto. So, it's basically people trying to prey on people who are dumber than them, right? Pardon my French, right? You basically have these smart investors, right? These smart investors telling us, well, not telling us, you have these smart investors who get into these hyped up projects like Hashgraph, RSK very early on, these very exclusive deals, and then they flip them OTC for like 3x, 4x, right? So imagine you put in 100 grand into Hashgraph or RSK, and then you find some idiot who's trying to get in to with his pool or group, and you flip it to them OTC before it even comes out on exchanges. You flip it to them, and you make 400 grand, right? Then it comes out 6 months later, 9 months later, and it goes down 50%. But the guy who bought, right, got wrecked, or the syndicate or group that buys got wrecked. But that fund, they made their money, right? They made their money and they got out. So you have these funds that are playing that game, basically, who's holding the bag last, right? And with OTC deals, I would not really risk that. I mean, how often has an OTC deal gone well, especially in this market, right? So if you really like Hashgraph, me personally, I wouldn't get into via OTC deal. I would wait for the market to price it, and then I'd wait for a pullback, right? So, for example, maybe kind of like MetaHash, right? MetaHash came out, went down 50% the first week or so, and then it bounced back 5x in BTC, right? I feel like I'd rather wait for the market to price it on exchanges before getting in, right? Because trying to play the OTC deal in this market, I mean, that's a deadly game. That's a very deadly game because you could be the last guy holding the bag when Hashgraph ends up dumping on exchanges. Who knows, right? So now, long term, do I think it's going to be big? I think it has potential, long term, right? But I mean, there is so much money that I don't think it's going to justify that market cap the first few months on exchanges, short term. I don't think it's going to justify that unless they have some stuff hidden in the bag we don't know about, right? I do know they're doing an incubator in Hong Kong, I believe, right? Actually, our team was looking at a project that was going to be in that incubator, and this project had nothing. It was basically just a dApp that's trying to pivot to the blockchain, right? So if that's what's being approved for the incubator, I'm not so bullish short term. Long term, with that kind of money, they definitely have hope, right? As my friend Miho says, hope dies last. All right, next question. How are you feeling on Chromaway? Chromaway, guys, I'm feeling bullish, real bullish. If Chromaway comes out in this market, to the moon we go. I mean, I think it's going to be, not financial advice, like a 5x, maybe even more, who knows, right? Now, they aren't on exchanges yet, right? For those who don't know, I was an investor in Chromaway, Chromopolis. Not advising them, just investor. Well, I guess unofficially advising, but not like a paid advice, anything like that. Just more of an investor who gives them my opinion here and there. So, I mean, I spoke with Orr uh, about a week ago. He was, well, I guess I don't know if I should be saying this, but they're targeting for like Q2 release for exchanges. So, I mean, hopefully, let's see what happens. But I mean, I'm bullish on Chromaway still, right? So if anybody got in, I think that was a wise choice, right? But that's just my opinion, right? I am very bullish on Chromaway. Let's get some questions here from YouTube. Hey, what's up, guys? My view on resistance.io. I like it. I mean, I invested in it. I'm advising them, right? They also plan on doing an IEO, right? So if you guys have an interest, go to a Telegram channel and learn more about that. But I mean, I think it's definitely, yeah, blockchain Brazil. Yeah, I'm wearing Brazil, right? Viva Brazil. Currently on fire. 0x cert. I passed on that a while back. Didn't really invest in them. Haven't kept tabs on how they're doing. One chain, man. One chain is history. I mean, one chain disappointing, guys. I mean, they dropped the ball really. That is pure shilling. MetaHash. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I mean, I have embraced the shell, guys. I have embraced the shell. I am one with the shell, right? I am your favorite shell. Okay, well, that sounds great, but these tokens will get sold in the open market, so the price will drop. Why are you not telling this to your fans? I'm not sure what you're talking about. You're talking about MetaHash or something else? Okay, I have to. Yeah, I'm not really seeing what question you're talking about. All right, let's go get back to the AMA. So if you guys have any questions, go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 574716. Okay, all right. Next question. Are you still bullish on Sovereign? It looks to be gaining traction and coming out soon. Um, I mean, I didn't invest in Sovereign. I did like their partnerships, right? I think it was just the market. The issue was the lockup, right? Which ended up kind of being true, right? I kind of could tell it was going to be a while waiting for exchanges. But I mean, I'll wait and see how it does, right? But typically, if I don't get in via the ICO, I don't typically ever get in. I like to get in on the ground floor Kind of like the projects I liked that I never got in on the ground floor, and I never got in because typically when I buy on exchanges, I'm not really the kind of guy to buy on exchanges anymore. The last projects I did that with were POA, and that didn't really fare so well. That was before the bear market tanked. But I mean, I was bullish on it to a point. I mean, its score was between All Star and Starter. It was going back and forth depending on the market sentiment. But I mean, overall, on a high level, I mean, it's definitely a legit company. Right now, do I think I'm gonna invest in it? At this point, I don't think so. Ian, can Sparkster be above ICO price and listing? I don't think initially. I think it's because there was so much FUD and people. Because the issue with Sparkster, you had a bunch of flippers get in. People who didn't care about the project. They were just looking for a quick flip. Now, granted, guys, I was trying to flip Sparkster too. I mean, I think we all were, right? But nobody thought it was going to be like 1 year lockup, right? I mean, because the idea was they would list on exchanges in 1 to 2 weeks. And if they had done that, man, guys, would have been to the moon. I mean, we talk about moon Lambo. I mean, because the hype was so insane for Sparkster. It was so insane. But I mean, they let it die down. And now we kind of have to wait for a whole year. Now, do I think it's going to be above ICO price initially? No. I think there'll be a huge sell off, right? Me personally, though, the plan is to hold, right? Because I've been looking at the community for Sparkster for the last 1 year, and it's incredible. I mean, it's so active. There are like 1,000 messages there, like every few days, right? So the community is incredible. Now, is the tech incredible? I mean, that's for somebody else to tell, right? But I do think there will be an opportunity after the initial sell-off for Sparkster if they play their cards right, right? If they have a good exchange with market making, all that stuff, and for it to come above ICO price afloat, right? Now, is that gonna happen? I mean, who knows, right? But I'm willing to bet on it. But guys, if Sparkster, if Sparkster makes people money, right? If after all this FUD, right? After all this hellstorm, if Sparkster makes people money, they can't ever doubt us again. I mean, all the critics can just RIP, rest in peace. I mean, if Sparkster miraculously makes a 2x or 3x, right? I mean, nobody can tell us anything now. I mean, all our haters and critics can go to hell for all I care, right? If Sparkster does that, right? So I'm kind of rooting for Sparkster, right? Because I mean, for Sparkster to still even, if you go to the community, there are people that are still bullish, right? And that's incredible considering all the FUD they had to go through. It's like Sparkster is like the real life Donald Trump. It's like nothing sticks to Sparkster, which is incredible, right? I mean, guys, look at Tron. I mean, Tron is top 10 market cap, and that gets a whole bunch of FUD as well, right? I mean, even Verge. I mean, the projects in crypto, even Dogecoin. I mean, if Dogecoin is what, top 30 market cap, top 50 market cap? I mean, that's just a fork of Bitcoin, right? So we're still in the infancy of crypto where, I mean, anything can pump. So, regardless of tech, right? So I think I think there's hope, right? There's hope. Hope has not died yet. Not financial advice. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. How many excess Sparkster will do in USD? Well, I kind of just answered that, right? I think there will be an initial dump, but I think after that there's I think 50-50 chance it pumps, right? If they launch the masternodes and staking to incentivize people to hold, right? And they come out with some news, some big news, some partnerships, whatever they've been claiming to have, right? But we'll see, right? But it could also be an L. Okay. Good question. How do IEOs work, and do you have to be a accredited investor to take part in it? No, you don't have to be a accredited investor. So the idea is an IEO, which stands for Initial Exchange Offering. is just like an ICO, initial coin offering. The only difference is, as opposed to investing in the ICO via the ICO's website, which is typically the old way it was done before having the mainly private sale ICOs, right? But typically you go to a website for the company and you would invest there, right? Now with IEOs, initial exchange offerings, you're doing it on an exchange like Binance, like Bittrex, Huobi, OKX, KuCoin, what have you, right? So basically, you go to the exchange, and the exchange has the tokens available, and the exchanges are making money this way, right? As opposed to you sending them Ether or BTC, Bitcoin, they force you to send them only their token. So you have to buy the exchange token, right? Like Binance Coin, BNB, or Huobi token, which is HT, or KuCoin, or OKX, or whatever, right? All these exchanges are forcing people to invest using their token. That's why all these exchange tokens are pumping the last few weeks, right? So the idea is with Binance, right? For Fetch or for BTT, you have to invest using BNB, right? So the first once the IEO has launched, there's typically a timer, and it says go invest. Everybody all over the world is racing to buy, right? Because they have the funds on the exchange, right? The funds being that exchange's token, and they use that to invest. Then the exchange will give you the token, right, for the ICO, or in this case the IEO, right? So it's pretty simple. It's just an ICO on an exchange, right? It's not. This has been around for a while. Tron had their IEO on Binance almost 2 years ago, right? That's why I joined Binance actually, right? I joined Binance to trying to partake in the Binance IEO, and even then it didn't work. Even then it wasn't working. I mean, because people are having issues with the Binance IEOs because nobody can get in. I mean, it's so buggy, right? But I have heard about people creating bots, like people in Russia or wherever, creating like bot farms, and it seems like those are kind of working, right? And people, oh, I've also been asking for more transparency with the IEOs because how do we know it's not just a bunch of people who are close to the company or employees getting in, right? Because some people say as soon as the IEO starts and they try to invest, it logs them out, right? Or some bug keeps on happening, right? So yeah, it is pretty tricky, but that's how you invest in an IEO. Any other coin will do 2-3x from now in the next mini pump. I mean, obviously not financial advice. This is just my opinion, but guys, I'm very bullish on Binance BNB in April, right? They'll be launching their DEX and Binance Chain, I believe, in end of April. That's according to Ted Lin at Token 2049. And there are rumors that there's some big news coming from Binance, right? I can't say what officially, all right, because the rumors and the person who told me this will kill me. But all I can say is I am very bullish on Binance in April, right? Binance in April. I mean, the new right now they're just rumors, right? So who knows? But I am very bullish on Binance. So I mean, I think Binance could even because first of all, right, with Binance Dex, imagine if Binance did this, right? Imagine if they forced any ICO or anybody that wanted to list on Binance, the exchange. Imagine if they forced you to first go through Binance Dex, and to go into Binance Dex, you have to buy, I believe, 100 grand, 100,000 US dollars worth of Binance of BNB tokens, right? On the DEX and on the Binance chain, which is basically their own blockchain. Binance is making their own blockchain, guys. Their own blockchain and their own decentralized exchange, right? And I think those two will be like the minor leagues for trying out all these different tokens. Then those that do well will graduate to the Binance centralized exchange, right? And so they're basically creating this funnel, so where anybody that wants to be on Binance has to pay to play, and they have to be part of that Binance ecosystem, kind of like with Apple, right? Apple is all Apple, everything Apple. So if Binance is doing that, and then based on some rumors I'm hearing coming out of Asia, I mean, they could be even bigger news than that, right? So I don't own any Binance anymore, right? I sold it a while back when I was Team KuCoin, But this year I'm still Team KuCoin, but I'm not exclusive. I can talk to multiple exchanges. I can trade multiple exchanges, right? So I may open a position in Binance in BNB, but I haven't done it yet, right? Because KuCoin has been good to me the last few weeks, right? Up over 100% as well, right? So, but yeah, that's my take on that. Smash out the likes, guys. Yeah, guys, hit the like buttons. Thank you guys for watching. Adam Sam, Ian, your feedback on lending block. Lending block is I got out of that, guys. I mean, I just took the L. I was waiting for too long. Token didn't really have token wasn't liquid, right? And they didn't really live up to their roadmap, right? So I got out. I mean, I got out recently, like a month ago. But I mean, I just took that L. MetaHash, another pump and dump ICO project. Well, not really. Actually, it's probably the opposite. MetaHash was a dump and pump. It dumped, then it pumped, right? So it's actually the opposite. How did one chain drop the ball? They've hit every milestone on their roadmap. They dropped the ball when the market cap went from being a top 30 market cap to now top 100, right? So even though the whole market is going down, one chain has been going down faster than the entire market, right? So I'm talking about mainly from a price perspective. Then they had some issues internally. Some people were let go. Some like I think Dustin was let go, and some other people, right? I mean, so they definitely had issues. Okay, somebody said top 200 one chain. Oh wow, really? Let's yeah. Let's look into this, right? Where in the world is one chain now? Okay, let me share my desktop, guys. So one chain is 98. One chain at one point was like top 25. Now it's barely in the 100, right? So I mean, ICO price right now is at ICO price, right? I mean, one chain didn't make people money, right? One chain was like, what, like a 10x? I think even 1.30x, right? So it did make some people money, like so it wasn't a complete flop, right? But it didn't do 100x like we thought, right? Icon was the real 100x. Icon was the winner. Because look at this, right? One chain and Icon were basically in the same category, right? They even had that same alliance, right? The interoperability alliance. Icon has fared pretty well. Icon is 41 in rank in market cap, so Icon hasn't fallen as much as one chain. All right, so it kind of shows that people aren't really bullish on one chain anymore. All right, but good question, very good question. Okay, let's go to the next question here. Thoughts on BitMax? Uh, BitMax. I mean, I haven't traded on BitMax. I don't have an account on BitMax. It's a relatively new exchange. They've been having IEOs, but it's known for leverage trading. People are trading on margin, right? So people who want to trade, they even have other exchange tokens on there like BNB, right? So if you want to trade Binance on margin, right, and use leverage, and take a highly leveraged trade, that's what it's known for. Now, I haven't used it, right? But if I ever thought about doing a trade on using leverage, I would use it, but I've gotten wrecked from using leverage, so I don't really do it. Right? It's not really my thing. I'm not really a trader. I'm just an investor, right? I'm I guess you could say short. I would call it midterm to long term investor, right? I'm midterm in the sense that I like to make money early on. Then once I make money, I go long, right? But if I don't make money, I get out, right? Kind of like with Pundi X. Like Pundi X made money, so I ended up holding it for a year. All right, but if you hadn't made money after like 6 months, I would have been out. Kind of like with Lending Block, right? Lending Block didn't make money, so I'm not long in Lending Block. But yeah, that's my take on BitMax. But I mean, they're doing a good job. But I'm not sure if all the volume is legit. What do you think about New Cipher? I haven't really looked into it much. I think we reviewed this a while back, but I don't think we had enough information because I think they're pretty secretive with their intel, with their info about their ICO. So I think the ICO was over. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we didn't really continue looking into it. So I can't really comment much on this. Any fastest 2-3x in mini bull run? Obviously not financial advice, just my opinion. But I think what's really working now are the exchange tokens, right? You've seen it, right? So I'm really bullish on Binance, BNB coin. I'm really bullish on, I mean, especially Binance for April. I mean, hella bullish, right? Qcoin I'm bullish on, right? Obviously, they've done a 1x in the last week or so, right? And they'll be launching their IEO next month, supposedly, right? Not been confirmed yet, right? So I mean, basically, I'll just milk the hell out of these IEOs. But for me, I mean, Qcoin is my largest holding, so I'm already exposed to that IEO play. So I don't have to really go chase these other IEOs like Huobi or RKX token, right? Because I already have an exchange token, right? So if I went and got that, my portfolio wouldn't be diversified, right? Always make sure you diversify your portfolio, right? So outside of the IEO plays, MetaHash is my baby, right? Because first of all, it's positive, right? And we're basically in the driver's seat, right? We're working with the team. The team listens, and we can make money from just staking, guys. Like I mentioned, for those who missed the video, or in the video, talk about staking. I'm making $100 just from delegating, right? Delegating is their staking. For those who aren't familiar with MetaHash, $100, right? My initial investment was 35 grand. I'm making $100 a day, right? Then after every 7 days, there's a weekly bonus, which gives you like 2x on top of that, right? So really, I mean, I could be making like, I have to do the math, like 3 to 6 grand a month with MetaHash, in addition to the price going up, right? So to me, that's, I mean, people are saying I'm shilling it, but I mean, guys, the results are there. The proof is in the pudding, right? Are you bullish on MetaHash solely for the daily returns? Granted, great for compounding interest or for long-term clients adoption, etc. Both, right? I mean, MetaHash. I mean, I was bullish, but it surprised me how well it's faring in this market, right? But this is MetaHash's vision, right? First of all, you have to understand that it's basically like a hybrid between a DAG and a blockchain, right? It's similar to EOS. Uh, Now, their vision is to first get 1 million users on their in a Metagate, right? Because their philosophy is if they get 1 million users, then developers will come and build on their platform, right? Because they just say we have 1 million people active every day. Any developer, no matter what they're doing, would want to build for that, right? So how do you get people active? You incentivize them, right? With forging and Metagate, right? Because forging, there are basically three levels of staking. Forging, if your wallet is open 4 hours every day, you're on tokens, MetaHash coins, right? Or if you delegate, right, basically give your token, basically freeze your tokens on your computer, but give voting right to somebody else who has a server, you get like 15x of what you would get from wallet forging, right? So you make even more money. Then if you own a server, you make even more money. Right? So all these incentives similar to 20x, guys. You guys saw what happened to 20x, right? It was the gift that kept on giving last year. So all these incentives force people to keep on holding and staking MetaHash and becoming active in the community, right? So eventually, once they get to 1 million users, developers will come, right? And looking at MetaHash, I mean, first of all, I am very, very bullish on it. I mean, the stuff that's happening, like go and Metagate. Like they have games in there. They have a Mario game. They have a whole bunch of games, right? They have calculators in there for calculating the rewards from forging. So to me, it's basically two plays, right? Yes, I like the daily returns and the weekly returns, right? So for those who don't know, right, you get daily returns every single day. Then if you do it for if then at the end of each week after 7 days, you get 95% of what you got that week, right? So let's say your rewards are 1,000 MetaHash coins every day for, and you're delegating every day for a week. That means you get 7,000 MetaHash coins, right? Which is amazing, right? But the weekly rewards will give you basically a second 7,000 coins. So you're getting basically 2x, uh, 2 times whatever you'd get, right? So I mean, there's just it's easy money. It's a layup, especially in a bear market. To me, it's a layup, especially for a project that already has a mainnet launched and has an active community, right? Who's incentivized. I mean, to me, it's just. I'll stop. I'll stop. Do you think the ICO FOMO is coming back into the market now slowly? Yes, I think it is, right? Um, Lithium ICO has been selling out, right? They had 2 rounds, although they're very small rounds, right? It's some blockchain. I haven't had a chance to look much into it because it kind of popped on the radar last minute. But I mean, that's a good sign. The IEOs are selling out. That's a good sign. So I think as people slowly start to make money, the FOMO will come back in, right? And then all you have to do is just get that 10x, that 20x. Then the everybody who makes money on that starts telling their friends again about crypto, right? About their wins, right? So I think the cascade has begun, right? So from a technical analysis perspective, right? I think we're close to the bottom. If not, we're past the bottom, right? Obviously, not financial advice, just my opinion, right? But I think right now we're basically just going sideways, right? Going back and forth, right? But we're on, I think the low, for the most part, and maybe there's one more dump, right, with Bitcoin, right? But I think by summertime, I think we'll be in summer, right? I think things are looking very, very good, in my opinion, right? Especially if Facebook is going to be announcing or launching their cryptocurrency, because they said in the first half of 2019. So if all this keeps on happening, then Facebook comes out with a cryptocurrency, and people can use that on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Messenger. I mean, to the moon we go. I mean, Moon Labo will be playing. Now, people are probably going to say, why? Facebook is not decentralized, it's centralized. They're not for privacy. Yes, I mean, that's not the point. The point is 2 billion people around the world will be will have access to a cryptocurrency. And let's say those people don't like the cryptocurrency for Facebook. Let's say they want something more private. Guess what? Now they've been exposed to it, and now they can go out there and learn about other cryptocurrencies that are more private, like Zcash or Monero or Dash or what have you, right? But Facebook will be the initial onboarding ramp for people to crypto, right? Because anybody who sends money using the Facebook cryptocurrency will now be a user, right? And that person can then learn. Just think about how all you guys got exposed to crypto. There was something that was the initial onboard ramp, right? Most people, for me myself, right, I got onboarded to crypto via Coinbase. I went to Coinbase to buy Bitcoin and Ethereum. Eventually, I said, you know what? Seems like I missed the Bitcoin bubble. Let me find the next Bitcoin. What's the next Bitcoin? And I said, oh, well, the whole bunch of alternative coins. Let me find them out. So I go on CoinMarketCap and I said, oh wow, these coins aren't on Coinbase. Where are these coins? They're on these other exchanges like Binance, Bittrex, or Poloniex. So I signed up for those exchanges and I bought. But Coinbase was the initial onboard ramp, right? So I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Facebook. Facebook will be the initial onboarding ramp. Then people will eventually go to other exchanges like Binance or what have you to buy other coins, right? Because the main thing is we have to get new money into crypto, and Facebook and their 2 billion people gets us a lot closer to that. All right, guys. All right, smash the like buttons if you like this AMA. Let me know in the comments thoughts on LTO network. It did fairly well. I mean, they had a very innovative model with their bridge tool. I mean, I definitely took notes, right? Incentivizing people not to dump, right? So people made money on it, right? That was also one of the initial catalysts of the bear market kind of turning around, I think, right? But we passed on it a while back, didn't invest, but congrats to those who made money on it. Excuse me. Are we still going to the moon, Ian? Yes, Ryan. I mean, I think we will still go to the moon, right? We just gotta believe, we gotta huddle, do our research, right? We can't give up, right? So I feel like we're still early in crypto. So I think crypto is going to the moon. It's just a matter of when, right? We've been to the moon and back, right? Went to the moon, came back, refilled the spaceship. Now we're getting ready to go back and even further to the moon and beyond, right? But we have to do our research, right? Because I mean, as this is a famous quote, right? Getting lucky is preparation meeting opportunity, right? So we have to prepare for that opportunity, because when it comes and we're prepared, we get lucky and to the moon and beyond. But if it comes across, if it comes to us and we aren't prepped for it, we take that L, right? So I think we're going to the moon, right? I'm ready. I mean, all this reminds me of early 2017 before the big bull run. I mean, maybe even, yeah, I would say early 2017, right? And that took like about 6 months or so, or even longer before it kind of really took off and things got chaotic, right? But I think things are definitely getting better. So I mean, I'm in this for the long haul, right? That's why I think we'll go to the moon. Okay, what are my top 5 investments? Top 5 investments. I mean, I kind of covered it. Okay, so if I had to pick top 5 coins for the year, right, for 2019, right? If I had to, if you ask me, okay, Ian, show me your top 5 investments for 2019, I would say MetaHash. I would say Binance, BNB. I would say Loom Network, PwindyX still. I think PwindyX, when they launched the Function X phone, I think that could do some pretty cool stuff, right? I mean, because these guys have the model, right? They know what made PwindyX do well. All right, so I feel like they're just going to do the same thing all over again with Function X phone. All right, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, so that's MetaHash, Binance, uh, Loom Network, PwindyX. A fifth one, um, fifth one. I mean, fifth one is really up for grabs. I mean, I think all these exchanges and the IEOs, if that keeps on doing well, then yes. I mean, obviously KuCoin because I'm bullish on KuCoin and I work with KuCoin. But I mean, any exchange IEO token really, and even Huobi token maybe, right? But I haven't seen the Huobi IEO yet, so I can't really comment much on that. Uh, yeah, I mean that's really all I can think of, right? I can't really think of a fifth of a solid fifth one. Let me check my my portfolio and see if there's anything I'm forgetting. Just give me a few minutes here, guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a strong fifth. I'll just say one of the an IEO token from exchange, right? For those who are gonna ask, what am I currently holding? My largest holdings are KuCoin, KCX, I mean KCS, then some Ethereum, some Ether in locked up ICOs like Sparkster and Chromaway, then MetaHash, then Phantasma Soul, then BTC, then Tezos. Tezos has been pumping. I still haven't sold my Tezos. Some mainframe, some Icon, some RSK, Riff, small Aeon, small Ncash, and that's about it. How are your followers supposed to follow you in projects that require you to be an accredited investor? Yeah, I mean, guys, it's definitely tough, right? It's very tough. Um, that's just kind of the regulation, right? The regulation is actually the issue is really just for U.S. my followers in the US, right? So I mean IEOs. I guess IEOs is the answer, right? Because in the US, most projects don't want US investors unless they're accredited investors. I mean, I guess the only way I can think of maybe a workaround is if you form an entity outside the US, kind of like that's what most hedge funds do. Most funds are incorporated in the Cayman Islands or somewhere like that, right? So they aren't US entities, right? And technically, especially if you partner with people who are not you, if if half of your business partners aren't Americans, then it's not a U.S. entity fund, right? It's basically a foreign fund, and that could maybe get you a way in. But I mean, definitely just not legal advice, not financial advice. Talk to a professional lawyer before doing anything like that, right? But yeah, I mean, the only way is to either make your money quickly and become accredited. I hate that word. uh, or figure out a workaround. I mean, speak to a lawyer, speak to a friend. Guys, it's crypto. People are very creative. Okay, okay, because let me just leave it at that. Right, people are very creative. I mean, that's practically half the use for Prima Block. But anyway, now when it comes to security tokens and STOs, right? I do have my video coming out. I was trying to get it out by the end of this month. Looks like it may end up coming out in April. I did give you guys a quick preview via Snapchat and Instagram stories. I also have the audio of that 17-minute preview. I mean, that was a hell of a preview, right? Basically, me talking about security tokens and security token offerings for beginners. That's available as a podcast. If you guys just subscribe to my podcast, you guys had no idea I had a podcast. I do. Just go to your favorite platform, iTunes, uh, Spotify, Google Play, type in Ian Balina podcast, or I think it's called Hacking the System podcast, right? It's the second most recent one, right? Was on STO, 17 minutes long. But there are two ways for security tokens, right? You have Regulation A plus and Regulation CF. Regulation A plus says that this is for Americans, right? This is basically the only way around it, right? An issuer of a security token or a security can raise up to $50 million from the general public, from anybody, even those who are not rich, right? And with Regulation CF, an issuer can raise up to $1,000,000 and $70,000, right? So those are the only two ways of doing it legally in the U.S., right? But the issue with security tokens is, right, liquidity, right? I think it's still kind of early, but I think it is going to be a bubble. I think there's an opportunity to make money, right? I won't spoil everything, right? You guys will have to watch the video when it comes out. It's an hour-long video on security tokens, similar to my ICO video, which went viral, right? So this one I think won't go as viral as quickly because security tokens are going to take a while to build up. But this one is actually probably more technical, right? Because securities are just a very dense topic to talk about, right? But I think there's definitely opportunity to make money in this. And yeah, so I think that's really the only way for now. What do you think about the Tron dApp space? Bullish on Tron long term? Your opinion, not financial advice, I know. Guys, oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm about to shock the world. I have a hot take on this one, guys. I have a hot take. Right, so let me first pull this up here. Right? So many people have been roasting Tron, right? Saying, "Oh, Tron has no tech," right? Right. So this is so I was my eyes open to Tron after I had my interview, my AMA with Justin Sun of Tron, right? And he said that Tron and EOS have more EOS meaning EOS have more dApps than Ethereum. And I said, okay, interesting. Right? I mean, I'd heard about it, right? But I never actually did my homework to really look into it. So if you go to this site called dApp.review and click on Explore, this shows you the most active dApps based on users, right? So we see here In the last 24 hours, the most active DApp was Endless Game, which I believe is a casino game, right? Over 33,000 users in the last 24 hours, right? And this is for this is for EOS. All right, number 2, Hash Baby. Okay, not sure what that is. Sounds like this. Anyway, so this is EOS. Tron is number 7. EOS. Steam it. Tron. I don't even know what the hell that is. That's ontology, I think. Tron, EOS, EOS, Tron. I mean, guys, there is no Ethereum DApp here. I mean, we have to really expand the field before we even see anything for Ethereum, right? Let's see. Where's Ethereum? My Crypto Heroes, 42, right? They have 1,900 active users in the last 24 hours, right? And actually, where's CryptoKitties? Okay, why isn't that there? I mean, so basically, no developers are building dApps on Ethereum, guys. In terms of games, right? In terms of games and dApps and things like that, right? CryptoKitties really fell off, guys. 370 active users a day, right? So, I mean, this got me thinking, guys. Like, Ethereum is vulnerable, very, very vulnerable, right? Because think about this, right? Ethereum initially made its value, Ethereum appreciated in value for one reason initially, right? It was the default funding platform, right? People would buy Ether, to invest in ICOs. So when the ICO bubble was hot, and because in 2018, almost $8 billion was raised via ICOs, and most of that was via Ethereum, right? So all these people were buying Ethereum to invest in ICOs. But when the ICO bubble popped and came down crashing, Ethereum's use case of fundraising came down crashing as well. Right? That's why the Ethereum prices has tanked like everything else in the market, right? But then this got me thinking even further. Okay, if Ethereum's use case for being used for fundraising gets stolen from it, if that use case is stolen away from Ethereum and most people now invest or fundraise via an IEO, initial exchange offering, and they buy the exchange tokens as opposed to Ethereum, the value shifts from Ethereum for fundraising, just for this use case of fundraising, shifts to exchanges. So that means the Binance token, BNB coin, the KuCoin coin, the Huobi, OKX, Bittrex token, right? They shift all that value. So if the $8 billion from ICOs in 2018 is now being done over exchanges, I mean, that's a hit on Ethereum, right? So that's the first vulnerability. The second one, no developer is really building any dApps that are being used, right? So when I was in LA about 2 weeks ago, I had a chance to meet up with Timothy Lewis. He's one of the guys with EOS. He's a block producer for EOS. Also one of the guys who kind of got me thinking more about mining and staking and stuff, right? Because those guys are making EOS block producers are making bank from just staking EOS, right? That's why I'm kind of doing the same thing with MetaHash, right? But he said, yeah, like nobody's building on Ethereum, right? Because Ethereum, you have to pay high gas fees just to run a regular dApp, right? That's why when you go to this list, I mean, the first Ethereum dApp is 41, right? So where is that? 42. My Crypto Heroes. All these other dApps are Tron dApps and EOS dApps, right? So Ethereum definitely has to fix its scaling and gas issue, right? And then also the incentives are not aligned with Ethereum, right? So people are probably wondering, why does EOS and Tron have so many dApps that are being actively used. Uh, and that's really because EOS raised $1 billion and they basically have a VC fund and they pay developers to build on their blockchain. Same thing with Tron, right? Justin Sun pays, they have a VC fund basically that pays developers to build dApps, right? And if the incentives, right, because as you guys know, right, money makes people do things, right? When the incentives are aligned, people will do something. And I think Vitalik has also seen this as a weakness with Ethereum, right? Because recently Vitalik announced that they would like to start raising funds, I think via wallets or transaction fees, to start funding Ethereum developers to build Ethereum dApps. Basically copying the EOS and Tron model, right? Funding developers to start building on Ethereum. Because consensus has kind of failed, right? Consensus hasn't really been doing a good job, right? Compared to EOS and Tron, right? So I think what Ethereum has to do, they have to fund developers to start building dApps. They have to fix the gas issue and scaling, all right? And so I think Ethereum is vulnerable, guys, very vulnerable, all right? Which I never even thought about this for a while because I thought Ethereum was like was a god. I thought Vitalik was a god. But then when I said, okay, I mean, like, where are the Ethereum dApps? Like, unless these people are cheating or something, I'm not seeing these Ethereum dApps here. Right, so that's kind of my take on it. Right now, is Tron going to be the winner? I mean, I'm not really going to say that, right? But I think Ethereum is vulnerable, and I mean, Tron right now, based on usage of users, I mean, it's number two behind EOS, right? But this got me thinking about EOS as well, right? And people say it's centralized as well, right? It's not really truly decentralized because they're able to like stop their blockchain and stuff and do stuff to it. But I mean, the stats don't lie. The stats don't lie. All right, let's take some questions here from YouTube. BNB is the new Ethereum. Yes, guys. I think, guys, because like I'm thinking, right? I said, if anybody is going to displace Ethereum, who can do it? And the answer was obvious: Binance. They're launching their own blockchain. They have their own DEX. They have they're king of the entire exchange business. All right, so they have users. If they get all those people into their ecosystem, Binance could be the next Bitcoin. Binance could be number two in market cap. I mean, it's scary to think about that. But I mean, Binance has the muscle, and I mean, they've been trailblazing the way for the blockchain space the last 1 year, right? I mean, to a point where everybody else is playing catch up with them. All the other exchanges are playing catch up to Binance, right? So Binance did an IEO, they launched IEO platforms, right? So that's why when Binance next month, I mean, next month could be a hot month for Binance. Not financial advice. My opinion on Cody. I mean, Cody, I think is a very good project, right? I just think the market and the large bonus they had made me wanna wait for the rebound, right? Wait and see how it did on exchanges before really getting in. But I mean, as a project, I think the tech is good, right? Will they pay back if someone hacked Binance Qcoin? Um, I'm not sure. I think for Binance, I think Binance had some kind of insurance or something like that. Uh, I don't think it was much, but I know because a while back Binance had the issue where people there was some kind of phishing attack on Binance, and CZ said he would put out some kind of incentive to not basically some kind of insurance or something, right? So don't quote me on that, but I think they do pay a small amount back, right? That's why people really use Binance, but it's not anything like a FDIC insured bank or anything like that or exchange. So that means BNB could get up to 1,300 in the next month. Now that I don't know. That I don't really know, guys. That is but BNB is what, $15? I mean, guys, BNB can get to 100. I mean, who knows when? But I mean, the moves they're making. I mean, they're coming for that number two spot, and I mean, I think they have a chance of doing that. Very legit chance of doing it. Let's get some love from people on Periscope on Twitter. Hey, what's up, Crypto Brecky? Maybe, or Binance Chain will just be a permission blockchain. Yeah, I mean, Binance Chain, whatever it's going to be, it's basically a fork of Cosmos. Cosmos, which is also faring pretty well based on just the IEOs, the futures, but can't really say until they start actually trading. But Binance Chain, I think, is going to be legit. I mean, because Binance, every ICO that wants to get onto Binance is going to have to do Binance Chain or in Binance Dex, right? So it's basically a monopoly. Binance is becoming a monopoly, guys. A monopoly, a real monopoly, right? So think of this as the dot-com era, right? Where anything that was dot-com was going to the moon, then everything crashed, and then the only thing left standing was basically Amazon, Google, Microsoft, right? So think about this for crypto, right? We all went to the moon, came back. What was left standing? Binance, because Binance had an all-time high in BTC, even in the bear market. I mean, so Binance is getting really, really scary. I mean, Binance is the monopoly of crypto right now. Okay, let's get somebody from Facebook. Hey, what's up, Mir Farouk? How's it going? What's the new Ion now? Ion? Do you mean icon? The new icon? Well, in my opinion, I think it's MetaHash, right? But Binance as well, right? Binance is, I mean, that ship has sailed, right? I'm just trying to catch up to Binance, but I may get in. When KuCoin IEO, man? Jahan Khan, uh, April. April is, I mean, not officially, but unofficially. All right, unofficially April. Right, April is the target date. Let's get somebody else from Twitter here. Okay, that is in Spanish. No comprende. uh, do you think security tokens would be an opportunity for non-accredited investors? Yeah, I kind of covered that, right? With Regulation CF and Regulation A+, right? Wait for my video for the rest. Okay, DJ Shine Mark from Facebook. I stopped investing for a while. I did make money at the beginning, but I kept my money in only a few tokens. Did not really spread my investments around like maybe I should have, and lost most of my investments. Well, I mean, first of all, thank you for being candid with us, right? I mean, definitely lots of people lost money, right? So you're amongst many, right? The market has been brutal the last 1 year. Best thing to do is really just learn, right? I mean, for me, when I got into investing, I mean, I got wrecked. Even before crypto, I began trading penny stocks, right? I got wrecked. I got so wrecked. I quit investing for like 2 or 3 years, right? Because I was basically back then I was too early. I was playing the penny stocks for cannabis before cannabis was made legal, right? Because people were anticipating that it was going to become legalized in the U.S. Right, so I was playing that, and man, I got wrecked. I was still working at Deloitte and IBM, and I got wrecked. Right, for a while to a point that I didn't really get back into investing until until crypto, right, and until I discovered Bitcoin. Right, so but I took those lessons with me, right, because the way I viewed it is, I'm young, right, and sometimes you have to take risks, right. You have to swing for the fences sometimes, right? Because if you hit that home run, I mean that can set you up for the rest of your life, right? But we have to do it wiser, right? We have to have a system, a strategy, and stick to it, right? That's why I created trigonometrics, right? For me, that helped me become a better investor, right? So whatever system you guys use, whether trigonometrics is your own, right? Stick to it, and just make sure you keep on learning and getting better every single day, right? But definitely diversify. Right? Me, when I invest, I don't invest more than 10% of my portfolio into any one project, and 10% is only if I think something is perfect, right? But I mean, yeah, typically if something's an alt star, I typically put in about, me personally, right? Different for everybody, but me personally about 8%, right? This Hall of Fame, usually 9% of my portfolio into a project, right? But the last 1 year or so, it's kind of been different because products now take longer to list, right? So I have lots of locked up money, right? But find other ways to diversify, right? Whether it's in crypto or outside of crypto, maybe also trade the stock market as a hedge, all right? Or maybe get into real estate investing. That's why for the last 6 months, I've been looking for other ways to diversify outside of crypto. Because when the next bull market comes, right? Oh man, I'm cashing out. I mean, straight cash, right? The idea is I'll be buying businesses, cash flow positive businesses, right? Actually, I have a book I got. I don't have it here, but I have a book I got. Actually, yeah, let me recommend this book. This is a really good book, guys. I got it. I saw it at a bookstore in Harvard. Uh, it's from Harvard Business Review. It's called How to Buy a Business. Right, great book. Right, it's basically it's like private equity for dummies, basically. Right, it's called the HBR Guide to Buying a Business. But my idea is cash flow is cash is king. In a bear market, cash is king, right? So things that are giving you cash, right? Those are king, right? So for me, right, whether it's real estate, right, getting rental income, or whether it's buying a business, right, whether it's like buying a restaurant or an arcade or just something, right, that gives you cash every single month, right? It's called the HBR Guide to Buying a Small Business, right? Highly recommend this book. Great book, right? But you have to diversify, right? Whether it's investing in real estate, right? Whether with me right now, right? Like staking with MetaHash, that's a one way for me to diversify my income, right? Because I'm making like 15% or even 30% a month just from forging and delegation and having my own server. I mean, in a bear market, that helps. Like whatever helps you get by, right? So there are ways to make money, right? We just have to find those ways. Nexo. Nexo. I haven't looked much into Nexo. That's the lending platform. Yeah, I haven't really used lending much, guys. Switchio or mainframe. I haven't used Switchio in ever. I looked at it a while back when Phantasma came out and was trading on there, but I never really traded on it. Then mainframe. I believe I still have some mainframe, but I haven't really been keeping tabs on it. All right, let's get back to the AMA, guys. Kind of got sidetracked. Okay, next question. Ian, you probably know who this is by this question. LOL. Have you looked back into Sovereign? I think I kind of covered this. This is probably Barry. uh, but hey, I mean, Sovereign. I will. I will look at it again, Barry. I will look at it again. Hey, what's up, Fidemus? Thanks for joining. Hello, Ian. I am Sinjup from Indian. Can you have a look in the crypto named Car Vertical, please? Thank you, sir, kindly. Thank you, Sinjup. I did look at Car Vertical a while back. This was, I think, over a year ago, and I passed on it. And I think it didn't really meet our criteria for investing. So yeah, that's my take on that. Okay, let me just quickly go through here and see if we have this anything. Okay, hey, hi. Uh, okay, let's see here. I think we're gonna have to wrap this up soon, guys. Hit the like button, smash the likes. Defi, Defi is decentralized finance, like MakerDAO and the lending stuff. I mean, it seems to be trending up. I can't really comment much on it because I haven't really used any of this stuff yet. I haven't used MakerDAO. I haven't used any lending platforms or any decentralized finance stuff per se, besides just trading crypto, investing in crypto. What are your thoughts on the Lithium ICO that sold out yesterday? Uh, we're still reviewing it right now, right? It kind of came out of nowhere, really, right? But we're still looking into it. But I mean, that the hype seems to be there. I thought Balina 2.0 would be a rebrand, less Moon Lambo talk, increased scope and research on projects, less shilly. What's the vision? Well, actually, yeah. I mean, first of all, I mean, yes, Balina 2.0 is going to be. I think it's going to be amazing, right? The Tokenmetrics app, right? Less Moon Lambo talk, increased scope. I mean, I think, guys, the Moon Lambo talk isn't going to go away. I mean, because you have to have hope. You have to have a vision, right? Like, why are you doing this, right? I mean, the Moon Lambo is just a joke, right? But it's just kind of a thing for crypto. Like, crypto is Moon and Lambos, and like, why are we doing this? Why are we here at what 2 a.m. Right? I think I'm here just to talk. I'm here to make money, right? I'm here to right because the community here, right? The community is focused as investors on making money, right? And I think we can't really forget that. And I feel like the moon, right? The moon is about aspiring to something, right? Something to kind of get philosophical on you guys, right? The moon's about going to the moon. Just think about that concept, going to the moon, right? The first man on the moon. I mean, he has to be wired different, right? Like even when America and Russia were having that moon war, the space war, right? Trying to go to space and to the moon, like they had to have goals so high that looked almost impossible, looked almost unachievable, right? Going to the moon embodies that, right? I don't think that's a bad thing saying to the moon and beyond, because it tells us, okay, we're gonna strive for the impossible, and then we're gonna go even beyond that. And I don't think it's bad to have a Lambo. I mean, actually, I don't even like Lambos, to be honest, right? But I think it's just the essence of striving for a goal, a financial goal, right? Lambo basically is a symbol for financial freedom, right? It could be a house, it could be a anything, a yacht or whatever. It could be retirement for your family, right? It could be college tuition, paying off your bills, right? But what sounds better, right? Let's pay off our bills, all right? Or let's buy a house, all right? When Lambo is just really a way to capture the millennial essence, right? And then increase scope in research projects. Yeah, guys, I mean, I definitely have increased scope in my research projects. I just haven't really shared it yet because it's not quite ready to go public, but I'm almost done with VC metrics, right? So actually, maybe I can kind of pull that up here. Give me a second, right? Kind of give you, yeah, maybe I can give you guys a quick preview, right? Since you want to know what the new vision of Ian Balina is, right? So I was waiting for a official launch, right? Okay, just give me a few minutes here as this loads. But yeah, VC metrics is almost done, right? Basically the same thing I was doing with token metrics. We're trying to apply it to equity investing, basically getting ready for security tokens. Because security tokens, you have to look at this from a totally different perspective, right? Because not security tokens is just like equity investing, and it's not really about the token itself. It's more about the actual asset, right? The actual company you're investing in, right? So we have to think more as a VC than about the token metrics per se, right? So the old way of doing things, I don't think really worked, right? So we had to basically go back to the drawing board and redo everything, right? But I mean, I think this system is still being fine tuned, right? Hasn't really been tested yet, but I mean, I think we're definitely going places, right? So since you're asking about the vision, let me pull that up here. Then the app is coming along good. Uh, okay. All right. So here we have VC metrics. Right. Let me know if you guys can see this in the comments below. Is it is the video still going on, guys? Don't know if it lagged or not. Let me know comments below, guys. It seems some people are having issues, unless it's just me over here. Okay, anyway, we'll just keep on going, right? All right, so as this is loading, right, this is basically the same thing with the spreadsheet, but the idea is we put different companies here and we score them, right? So here we have top 10 top 10 exits of all time, right? Companies you guys may know: Facebook, Tencent, Alphabet, which is Google, PayPal, Tesla, VMware, right? And then we group them by different. We basically gather different data points, right? We have growth percentage. Now this is still being, this is still a work in progress, not a finished product, right? We have different points for sector, for the group, for the vertical, for cash, which is cash flow. Damn, my computer is going slow. I guess this is too much processing for this. The team, competition. Then we look at things like the customer acquisition cost, the lifetime value of the customer, uh, lifetime value to customer acquisition cost ratio, the technology, the user interface, user experience, basically how scalable is the business, right? The total addressable market, right? Then also, right, the viral coefficient in terms of how viral the company is, right? In terms of how many users refer other users and what's the conversion rate, right? The customer feedback, and basically the customer input on the company, the region where they're based, all these different things, right? To create a holistic score, right? So this is what I'm working on, right? Kind of behind the scenes, right? VC metrics. Then I can give you guys a quick preview on token metrics, right? I didn't want to do this, but since this guy, where's this guy, right? He's asking about the vision, right? So this is token metrics, right? This is our testing server, right? So it's kind of like CoinMarketCap, right? I'm not going to give away too much, but the idea is this will be for tokens, right? This obviously isn't functional yet, right? We have to fix some things, right? But the idea is it's kind of like CoinMarketCap, but being able to have tokens that are having an IEO, having an ICO, and trading on exchanges, and look at all of them together and say, okay, which one is a better investment, right? Based on token metrics perspective, right? So it's basically my spreadsheet, right? But just as an app form, right? So the spreadsheet, then we'll have investor reports, which you guys are kind of used to. We'll have portfolio for you to track your portfolio. We'll have token ratings, right? Different ways to rate. I mean, basically the scores on different projects. But yeah, guys, this is what I'm working on, right, behind the scenes. So that uh, the VC metrics, right, like all this stuff we have here, right, crunching this data on the best startups of all time, guys. This hasn't been easy, right? Going through all this stuff, right, then doing all this stuff here, going through all the founders. I mean, we went through all the founders of all these companies, and we're scoring them. I mean, look at this list, right? I mean, this. So this is the vision, right? Look at this, guys. Look at this, right? Then I can give you guys a preview of the STO video if you guys are ready. All right? Maybe that's how we end it, right? We end with a vision, all right? So give me a minute here. Let me pull up the preview. This is definitely not finished video, right? It's the draft. If I can just find the person who sent me this. But let me know what you guys think about the app, the VC metrics. Let me know in the comments down below. Smash the like button as well if you like that, right? If you guys are getting pumped for that, right? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with all your investor friends. right? Because this video should be coming out, I would say probably first week of April, right? The STO video, first week of April, right? But I'm gonna give you guys a preview, probably like a 30-second preview, right? Just for you guys, because I love you guys, right? You guys are my community, right? Crypto family, right? So let me just play this here. This is the STO video preview.
Hell of a ride. It's now the long-awaited time for the security token video. But before we can even do that, I have to go take a step back and just recap the last 2 years since my ICO video.
ICOs, baby, are the new gold rush. In today's show, I'll break down how you guys can leverage ICOs to make your first million.
When I made that video, I wasn't a millionaire. But now, I am. Not just me. What really satisfies me even more is lots of people around the world became millionaires from that video. Thank you guys so much for the support. That video had over 350,000 views on YouTube. It went viral. It basically helped build my brand. When I filmed that video.
All right, so this a preview, right? It's an hour-long video, guys. Hour-long video, right? Maybe we can even skip here and see things I'm going to cover, right? Kind of like a teaser. Yeah, basically me just rambling, all right, about security tokens. But anyway, guys, let me know if you guys are hyped. I'll also be putting out a book on security tokens. Yes, guys, a book, kind of like basically the video, but as an ebook. But I'm also going to make it a physical book because I know some people like to read physically, right, with actual books in their face, right? So it's about like almost 8,000 words, right? So very excited about this, right? So trying to put this out as much as possible, right? Really educating people about security tokens. I mean, doing all this was not easy. It wasn't cheap either, right? Doing the video, doing the research, right? But I think this space is definitely worth learning about, right? So I definitely want to make sure I made content, right? The ebook is going to be free, right? I'll drop that with the video for you guys to have access to. Then if you guys want, you can also buy the physical copy of the book on Amazon if you guys like that. But yeah, guys, that is the vision. All right, we're making moves. Also have some other things I can't really talk about yet, right? With 100x advisors and partnerships, we will be making an investment in a company, right? Our first one in a while since Resistance. We'll also be advising them, and they'll also be doing an IEO. So stay tuned, right? But yeah, guys, that's basically it. Let's end the show there. Hopefully you guys liked it. All right, this was definitely fun. It's almost 2:30 a.m. here in DC. But until next time, guys, we'll see you on the moon.